Hi, today I'm at George Washington Forest at the Elizabeth Furnace Campgrounds, and I'll be going on a hike in the rain. So join me, it'll be fun. Alright, here is the park map, and apparently I am in bear country. What I'm looking at trying to do is actually, I think I'm gonna go up to Signal Knob and just see what the sites have and go from there. The other option is going down here to Bear Wallow. I could probably go up this way or continue down that way. I'm probably just going to go up to Signal Knob, see what it is. So there you are. Let's get hiking. I almost forgot. I needed a mark on my GPS where I'm starting. There you go. Garmin Epix. Cool watch. And it has the GPS built in along with all sorts of other sensors. So for an outdoorsman watch, this is the watch to have. And I'm getting used to the equipment. Fundamental question is, why am I out in the rain hiking? As some of you already know, I do a volunteer search and rescue. Well, part of being able to be a part of a search and rescue team is doing some regular gear check. Test out your equipment. Go and get some exercise. What better way than to carry some of your gear and test it out and make sure it's working and you got the right gear. Well, that's pretty much what I'm here for today. What I have here, I'm actually wearing a brand new Mammut jacket, and I'm checking it out. It's a waterproof, windproof, winter weight jacket with synthetic fibers for insulation. And I need to make sure that it's going to do the task. So far, it's keeping me warm and dry. We'll see when I get a little bit further up mountain. And I also have an outer shell, again, by Mammut. I might put it on top just to test and make sure that gear is working as expected. Because the last thing I want is to be out on a mission and there's some lives on the line and I'm not there, or I'm not able to respond because I'm becoming a danger to my team because I have poor equipment or I don't know how to use it. So I'm actually a little hot, so I'm actually going to go and switch out to the lightweight jacket that I have and see if that's just sufficient on its own, because it's just a little warm being out here with this warmer jacket rather than being too hot, which is actually sometimes This pad is being too cold. There you go. Let's see. Sufficient for today. So now I'm just doing rain gear. I have basically a base layer and this outer shell on. So we'll see. Again, I might switch back out depending on how warm or cold I am, but I was just getting a little bit too warm and I need to be able to cool off a bit. So there you go. Alright, gear lesson number 2. This jacket does not like to stay on the outside of my pack, so I'm gonna try and stuff it inside. Alright, time for some coffee and breakfast. Alright, so if there's nothing else, I hope this time lapse will at least give you appreciation to what it's like to hike in the rain and some of the beauty that can come out of it. So it's not going to be a very long time lapse, just a few seconds here and there. I'm going to see if the clouds clear up just a little bit so you can see the clouds go in and out of the valley, because I think that would be cool. And it looks like they might clear up in just a moment. So the rain's let up a little bit though. It's pretty much just a slight mist at this point. Bit of drizzle. Nothing more than that. I will say the jackets are doing well, and I've learned a couple of lessons here. One, this lightweight outer shell and a base layer are sufficient when hiking for I think it's around like 40 degrees. So for most of the stuff I'm going to be doing in spring and fall, this jacket alone is going to be sufficient enough. So that's cool. The other jacket I think is going to be really good for the coldest winter. So if it gets down to 30 or 20 degrees, I think I'll be fine. And if it gets below 20, that's where I have a polar fleece underneath. So, or since I'll probably carry this shell too, put the shell on the outside, put the blue jacket on, and polar fleece underneath, and my base layer between excuse me, between all 4 of those layers. I think I could probably handle some of the toughest weather that my area has to offer. And that's what I'm looking for, is just what can I carry that's lightweight, that will be able to do the diversity of different weather types. And I got the thicker
winter jacket because, you know, it's winter. I know it doesn't seem like it. It's raining and it's 40 degrees. In some places that's still considered, you know, probably in Alaska that's summer. There it is, it's clearing up just a little bit. For those who are watching this video for trail recommendations, I just want to point out, this is the marker you're looking for to get on this trail. It's the orange eye. It's marked all over the place on both trees and rocks. So just want to point it out. Well, I came across a sign for Fort Valley Overlook. Pan over, and there you go. Can't really see much, can you? Well, I think during a summer's day with a bright blue sky, there might be a scene to see, but I guess that's one of the downsides of hiking in the rain. Anyway, let's see what's going on down the trail. So I reached the junction. So I have Signal Knob about 1 mile up, so I'm going to go there. Tuscarora Trail is about a mile that way. Manica Peak is about a half mile up that way, again. And it's about 3 miles to the Signal Knob parking where I began. So for the first time today, the rain finally let up. It's about 12 o'clock now, and I started hiking at around 8 a.m. So good solid 4 hours of rain. I will say the coats are doing their job. I'm almost at Signal Knob, We can actually see the radio tower from here. I'm gonna take a short break. I think I'm gonna switch over to the other jacket because while my upper body is fairly dry and warm, my legs are not. So I just feel my overall temperature, internal temperature, dropping a little bit. So I'm gonna switch to the warmer one and take a break and try and warm up. So I'm at Signal Knob. Here's the radio tower. And you can see here the sign says it's 5 miles back to the parking lot where I started. So overall, this is going to be I guess a 10-mile hike. All right, here I am, Signal Knob Overlook, and it's got a nice rock outcropping. Can't really see much out this way. Well, at least not today. I think any other bright and sunny day you would. Stop for a little bit. Take a short break and eat some food. This is my final segment for today. I'm gonna warm up some coffee, and I got some food here I'm gonna try. I don't usually do the freeze-dried food, but I think I'll give it a try. Alright. There we go. That took a while. I guess zippos don't work as well in the wet. The wick might get wet. Good to know. In terms of my meal, I've got biscuits and gravy and scrambled eggs. Huh. So apparently you eat it right out of the pouch. Gotta take this out. Get it all over you. That's what it looks like dry. And I have to boil some water. And pour the boiling water into it. So today's hike at Elizabeth Furnace, I did the Signal Knob hike, and right now I'm sitting at the Signal Knob Overlook. I think this is a great hike. I got to try out both my Mammut jackets. For the most part, I was using the outer shell only, just because this one, when moving around, is a bit too warm for this weather. It's been 40 degrees all day, so there's not really, I'm not really testing the outer limits of this. In fact, this is probably just a bit warm for it. That being said, I like both jackets. I think they're doing a great job of repelling the weather, and especially since it's been soaking wet pretty much all day. So that's why I'm getting some hot coffee and making some hot food here. Alright. So I think the gear worked well. Actually, the piece of gear that I think is the most adaptable to this weather is the camera I'm using right now, the GoPro Hero 5. I have my Hero 4 session, which I ran out of battery through parts of the trail, and the GoPro Hero 4 Silver. I had problems with moisture getting inside the case, and it was fogging up on me, so that's why I haven't really used that at all. But the GoPro Hero 5, since there is no case, and it's basically sealed, it's been great. So that's actually a major benefit. If you're looking at buying one, definitely look into it, because I will recommend it. With the digital stabilization, which I think is helping with some of the higher quality shots, it's got some new features with time-lapse. I just think it's a great addition to the GoPro lineup. As for the hike itself, I think it's a great hike. I think there's, even though today I couldn't see very many of the views, I think there are a lot of views to be able to see, and during a summer time frame, I think this will be an excellent hike. I found the rock traverses a little bit challenging and keep it interesting. The grade on the inclines is doable, even if you're a semi-beginner. I did not really feel winded throughout the entire time, because it was pretty much a steady incline the whole way, but it was very manageable. So you're not going to go and have straight up vertical or something close to it that's going to wind you. So I thought that was a good part about this hike. It's a bit long. It's 5 miles to get to the overlook here, and it's 5 miles back, so it's a total of 10 miles for this hike. I know, I'm not a math major or anything like that, but I think I can do that one. Anyway, definitely recommend it, even on a rainy day, but I think I might come back during the summer and see some of these views I really can't see with all the mist and fog. In a few moments, I'll try some of the freeze-dried food and see how it tastes, because I've never tried it. I usually take MREs, and this is something new for me. So, let's see. Alright, so to cook these, basically you open it up, take out the little packet here, pour in boiling water, which I just did, and then seal it up. Alright, so here it goes. This is scrambled eggs and bacon. And the nice thing about it is that it's all inside the container. I guess since my breakfast was coffee and Cliff Bar, this is a Hobbit's second breakfast. That's good. Let's try some of the biscuits and gravy. And it's got little bits of pork patty crumbs, apparently. That's good. Question is, will I recommend it? Absolutely. For a hot meal out on the trail, these things weigh close to nothing. Like, I've been carrying all day. They're only a few ounces, but with a camping stove and basically a couple packets and some water I'm already carrying, I pretty much have a nice hot meal. And during the winter, I think that's worth it. During the summer, I probably wouldn't care as much. I'll just stick to MREs. But while I'm trying to go and get some calories in me and stay warm, especially on a cold, wet day like today, this hits the spot. Thank you for joining me Hopefully you found something interesting, whether it's some food recommendations, gear recommendations, or trail recommendations. I hope you found something. So join me next time here on Nova Mountaineer. Can't get enough? Well, subscribe. That way you can always stay up to date and get the latest videos here on Nova Mountaineer. So you know what to do. Click the red button below and subscribe. Till next time.